Radio Lomax, l'émission du 106.
Bonjour, avec nous ce soir en grande salle, Temples pour reprendre cette saison, les 4 de Catering en Angleterre, qui reviennent avec un 4e album sur ATO Records. Beaucoup de nouveautés depuis la révélation qui a été leur titre Shelter Song en 2014. Adieu les clins d'œil 60s, bonjour la pop touffue, danse et les claviers ronronnants pour des titres extrêmement nourris en basse qui tâche. Bonjour.
Radio Lomax, l'émission du 106.
Alors on va d'abord leur demander de se présenter comme c'est l'usage.
Yeah, would you be so kind as to introduce yourself so that we know who you are?
Yeah, my name is James and I'm playing Temples.
I'm Adam Thomas Smith from the band Temples.
D'accord. On va commencer par se pencher sur la conception de Exotico, donc le titre de ce nouvel album, et surtout comment il se place par rapport à Hot Motion.
Yeah, can you tell us about the conception of Exotico and how different it was compared to, let's say, Hot Motion?
Yeah, I mean we're always, when you finish an album and you tour an album, when you come home you reevaluate what you do creatively, and the pandemic meant that we only toured Hot Motion for maybe a few months, so we had a huge amount of time to conceptualize and come up with new ideas, although we probably didn't for a good year and a half. We probably didn't even
Not together.
try and get songs together, all together, but we're all writing individually, the concept of the album came very sort of late, really. We just had a collection of songs, and then it felt like this whole Exotico island thing just worked. So then when we finished the album, we had the sort of concept in mind, and then it meant that we explored different avenues with songs because we knew how we wanted them to be framed.
It wasn't really until the song Exotico, was it? Till it all sort of came together, it seemed.
Yeah, definitely.
And then obviously we went and did it with Sean, which is very new for us as we've not worked with external producers before. So,
Yes. Ouais, donc
Scratch that.
ce qui se passe, c'est que généralement après une tournée, après un enregistrement et une tournée à la suite pour défendre l'album en question, il y a une réévaluation, on reconsidère les chansons qu'on a enregistrées. Et là, il se trouve qu'ils n'ont pu tourner que quelques mois à cause du confinement sur l'album Hot Motion. Donc, ils ont eu beaucoup de temps pour prendre de la distance. Et puis, ils ont eu beaucoup de temps également pour écrire des chansons. Et le concept est venu une fois que les chansons étaient écrites, mais surtout quand il y a eu la chanson Exotico qui a un petit peu donné le ton et donné une perspective par rapport à ces nouveaux morceaux. Et puis également la présence de Sean Lennon, ce qui est la question suivante d'Antoine.
Exactement. On va parler du choix d'avoir Sean Lennon, mais surtout des attentes que le groupe plaçait en c'est cette confiance en un collaborateur extérieur.
Yeah, so obviously the question is about why you have chosen to work with Sean Lennon as a producer, and if you had any expectations and what it changed for you as a band, because I mean from the very beginning you've been very independent, so that's something really new.
For sure.
I think having worked with him on Paraphernalia, the single between albums, we knew sort of that it worked and that he had the same, or similar aesthetic qualities or whatever as we do, or tastes in music and what have you.
You met him in California, right?
Yeah, Desert Days Festival. He was with the Lennon Claypool Delirium, and we were with Temples, and we met him there. And then I don't remember talking to him about that though. I don't know who did talk about working with him, but
I definitely didn't talk to him about
maybe
that
Tom
either.
did, yeah. But it came together, and we started off doing it remotely on Zoom, but we did 2 songs over Zoom from Exotico, and then finally found a way to make it over there and see him personally, and got it all done in like 12 days, and sort of 12 long, but fun, but hard working day. I think he said it was the hardest he's ever worked in his life.
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the songs were that bad when we took them to. No, it was a great experience working with Sean for sure, and he understood the sort of aesthetic of the album. Once we got in those conversations, you know, and hearing tracks like Exotico, knowing that we could borrow things that we'd learned in that song and maybe put some of those aesthetics into the what we call interstitial songs, you know, in between. We've got like in between songs on this album, which we've never really done. We wouldn't have done that if we hadn't gone to Sean's. So we got him to thank for that.
Oui, alors, donc la rencontre s'est faite en Californie quand Sean Lennon était dans son projet actuel, Lennon Claypool Delirium, avec Les Claypool de Primus, enfin Feu Primus. Et donc ce single Paraphernalia, c'était entre Hot Motion et l'album Exotico. Donc ils savaient déjà que ça allait fonctionner. Et puis ils ont eu l'occasion de travailler sur 2 chansons via Zoom. Puis ensuite en direct, donc une session de studio de 12 jours qui, d'après Sean Lennon, ont été les 12 jours où il a le plus travaillé dans sa vie. Donc James de dire oui, c'est sans doute parce que les chansons étaient très très mauvaises. Bien sûr. Et il a très bien compris l'approche esthétique, donc c'était très agréable. Et il a également poussé le groupe à faire des chansons de transition, à aller chercher des éléments qui étaient dans ce morceau vraiment qui a été essentiel, qui est Exotico.
On va se pencher sur un titre qui représente, à mon sens, l'envie d'exploration qui traverse cet album, c'est Kada, où on remarque des mélodies d'Afrique du Nord extrêmement présentes. Et ma question, c'était, est-ce que vous vous immergez dans ce genre de musique pour composer des choses pareilles?
Yeah, Cicada obviously recalls traditional music from North Africa. So Antoine wanted to know if you spent a lot of time listening to a specific genre to be immersed in this music, or do you do it differently?
Tom spends a lot of time listening to not just North Africa, but quite a lot of world music, probably more so than anyone else in the band. And he came up with the idea for that one, so I don't feel like we're fully qualified to answer the question, I'm afraid.
Pick another song.
C'est ce genre. Ouais, donc Tom, qui est un autre musicien du groupe, évidemment, c'est lui qui passe beaucoup de temps à écouter pas simplement de la musique d'Afrique du Nord, mais de la musique, de la world music en général, beaucoup plus que les autres. Et c'est lui qui a trouvé l'idée de base sur ce morceau. Donc Adam disait qu'il était absolument pas en position de répondre à cette question.
Peut-être qu'on peut leur demander justement s'il y a, si eux-mêmes s'immergent dans d'autres scènes, d'autres sons, d'autres esthétiques pour enrichir leur sonorité propre.
You won't escape him. So here's the question. He wants to know if you listen to other genres and really try to immerse yourself and get ideas from other genres, or are you more into the pop format, which corresponds to what you actually come up with?
I think it's so different for all of us. Like we all have a very different way of working. I think Tom is probably more like the encyclopedia of music knowledge, as far as like he probably spends half his time like in his house. He'll always have music on. He'll always be trying to find the new thing that's going to inspire him.
That's why he likes Adrian from Mankins.
Yeah,
this guy's the same.
Right, yeah. You see, and like for me, like I'm not really interested. Like I want to find new music, of course, but like I'd also love being away from any music. Okay. And then also I love writing and not listening to anything else. It's brilliant because you can't help but just feel it's just pure creativity because you're not influenced by anything, you know. The only thing I'd be influenced is by like the sound of a car going past the studio, you know, like no music at all. But it's all different for all of us. Like Adam has a different way of working as well, which he's going to tell you now. We're going to, everybody get ready for this. This is going to be the...
No, I wouldn't want to bore anyone.
But we all have different ways of working.
Right.
But we never listen to something collectively, like... as in like we don't go, let's all sit down, let's all listen to this, and then everyone goes, oh, we're all inspired together, let's rip this off, let's copy this.
Not as much as like there was a time when we'd have like a playlist in the van of like sort of oddities especially when we were more into psychedelia. But those days are gone. Yeah, we sort of.
They didn't actively influence our.
Maybe not actively, but they may have cut.
Maybe
who knows?
subconsciously,
Yeah. Maybe like live or something. I don't know. Like you thought that's a cool sound. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, maybe so actually. Yeah.
But like, I mean, given that you tour together, I mean, you're bound to have like this discussions we'll all have about choosing the music in the van, or are you on your own? I was wondering, because it's really something we've all been through as musicians. Like, right. You listen to something and you have to listen to what this other guy dotes on at the moment. Which
we have done a bit of that.
We do that.
At the moment, the van we're in, the indicator's louder than any of the music we can put on. So it's, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we found out that the tone is C. No, it was an E, wasn't it?
It's an E. Yeah.
So we've been listening to a lot of E.
Yeah, we listen to a lot of E indicator sounds.
Ok. Donc alors, Tom, hein, donc est vraiment celui qui passe le plus de temps à écouter de la musique, et notamment de la world music. C'est une encyclopédie sur pattes au niveau musical. Hein. Et donc chaque musicien dans le groupe a une approche différente. James, lui, il adore évidemment écouter de la nouvelle musique, mais il aime aussi avoir des moments de silence, des moments où il peut être dans l'écriture et non pas dans l'écoute. Dans la création, et où la seule influence qu'il va avoir, c'est le bruit de la voiture qui passe. Donc pas de musique, ça peut être très bien. Et Adam dit bon, voilà, je veux pas vous ennuyer à faire une longue réponse. Et donc il précise également qu'ils ont jamais été dans une démarche d'écoute collective où on se dit bah voilà, on va écouter ce morceau là et on va se servir de ça et ça dans ce morceau. C'est pas le genre de choses qu'ils ont pu faire. Évidemment, comme d'autres musiciens, ils ont été confrontés au fait d'avoir une playlist commune quand on fait de la tournée, c'est courant. Et je leur posais la question de savoir s'ils écoutaient des choses en commun, mais manifestement le van est beaucoup trop bruyant. Voilà.
Très bien. Alors on va tomber sur leur ville d'origine qui est Kettering, donc qui pour situer voilà, c'est près de Northampton et c'est grand comme Dieppe. Voilà, donc une ville de moyenne importance, on va dire. Et donc voilà, ils ont grandi là-bas, enfin ils se sont rencontrés là-bas. Et qu'est-ce qui à l'époque leur semblait exotique depuis ce petit bout du monde?
Yeah, Kettering was compared to Dieppe, which is like, let's face it, a small town, no offense. So what did the word exotic mean to you at the time?
I mean, it's probably like holidays are a way of getting to an exotic paradise in England. Like the only way you can do that is by getting on a plane or on a boat or going on the Eurostar and going down to the Côte d'Azur or whatever. But like we don't really have sort of those paradise-like places in England with the climate. Anyway, we do have beautiful places, but they're really like warm cocktail drinking, walk around in your pants sort of places. So I think we weren't trying to escape the situation we were in, but like I think it's like you romanticize about like going to Barbados, you romanticize about seeing like clear blue water and white sands. And I think if you can make music that sound like transports you to that place, I think that's quite cool. And it's very cheap for people because they get to go to an exotic island for 30 quid for the LP. But like, but we didn't want it just to be like one thing. So, and that's where it comes in, where we've all got our own writing styles and, it's spread across the record. We've all got tracks that we've written by ourselves and tracks that we've written together. And it's like, like it paints the picture of an island that has different things going on. It's not just some Hawaiian, dream. It's like, it could be also like some bombastic 3 a.m. party in some like cave that's full of cicadas. So it's kind of like, it's more three-dimensional than just like a holiday advert, where they just show people around the pool going, yay,
Right. Oui, alors l'Angleterre étant l'Angleterre, il n'y a pas vraiment d'endroit exotique excitant à proximité. Et la seule façon d'accéder à l'exotique, c'est de partir en vacances en train, avec l'Eurostar, etc. Et effectivement, comme tout un chacun, il peut y avoir le fantasme d'aller dans une île paradisiaque avec une mer bleue, etc., comme les Barbades. Et donc la musique, pour eux, c'était un moyen d'accéder à ce genre de fantasme. Et en plus de cela, de ne pas être dans un fantasme qui serait caricatural ou monolithique. James disait, on a pu, grâce à la musique et grâce à des chansons qui étaient écrites par des personnes individuelles ou par le groupe, arriver à une île sur laquelle, en fait, il allait avoir des choses complexes, une offre qui est complexe, une offre en 3D. Voilà.
À la possibilité d'une île.
Possible.
Poète. Pardon. Pour prolonger justement cette expérience sur cette ville de Kettering. Kettering, on croit l'endroit où on mange, c'est marrant. Le fait d'avoir grandi dans une assez petite ville, a-t-il été un moyen de se préserver des modes et des courants qui traversent les grandes métropoles et peuvent justement vous façonner sans trop d'identité, c'est ça.
Yeah, do you think that growing in a, let's say, relatively small town has protected you from, let's say, short-lived trends that tend to format you in a way which doesn't allow you to have a personality? Do you think that has shielded you from that?
Possibly.
Yeah. I mean, we had a music scene growing up, but it wasn't like, even our music scene didn't have like a trend really. Like, it was, you had like people, indie bands, but like in the big cities, you'll have a movement happen, and then you have people pretending that that's the music that they also do, and then it takes them a couple of months, and then they're playing a completely different genre of music just to be relevant, and I think we don't really care about that anyway. We never will. It'd be nice to get paid more money though.
Ouais, donc il dit que oui, sans doute, le fait d'être dans une plus petite ville avec une plus petite scène les a protégés de ce genre d'influence. Il expliquait que effectivement, dans des grandes villes comme Londres, on va avoir des modes, des courants musicaux que certains musiciens vont faire semblant d'apprécier, ils vont faire semblant ils vont même essayer de se convaincre qu'ils aiment jouer ce type de musique-là pour pouvoir être dans le coup. Et ils n'ont jamais été dans cette dynamique-là. Et voilà, c'est la scène dans laquelle ils viennent à Kettering, une scène dans laquelle il n'y a jamais eu ce genre de choses-là.
Allez, on va parler artwork maintenant. La collaboration avec l'artiste Tom Firth, qu'on connaît de The Horrors par exemple, dont le travail pictural se teinte vraiment d'exotica. Comment est-ce qu'ils l'ont rencontré? Qu'est-ce que ça dit?
Yeah, can you tell us more about Tom Firth, fellow musician? I think he left the band, The Horrors. Still, and how you got work with him and why you chose to work with him.
Yeah, I think he left. I think he's definitely left the touring. But yeah. I suppose we've met him from time to time, haven't we?
Yeah, played a few festivals with the Horrors over the last few years. So yeah.
He's a very friendly guy, nice guy. And then we saw that he was he'd sort of started making AI art like right at the start, the inception of it all, it seemed. And he's a smart guy and seems to have used it in his own sort of individual, unique manner with an eye for art as well. So we just thought, actually I tried to make a few, didn't I? And they were all right. But,
they're really good, yeah.
But I think they were okay, but his are far better. So so we asked him to do it, and there was a bit of sort of back and forth collaboration, I suppose. But he did a great job, and
definitely
it's kind of a pretty simple process, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think because we sent over like a mood board of like vintage holiday postcards, whatever, Saint-Tropez, Monaco, Hawaii, all these old, beautifully printed postcards. It was enough for him to work with. And I mean, he had multiple ideas, but there was just like a few that really stood out. And this record, I mean, we've now got it blown up as a poster, the full LP, like split out, so it's like a widescreen poster. And it's just like a lovely piece of art just by itself, whether it's got accompanying music or not.
Available
It's-
on our online store and
Yeah.
at gigs.
Yeah, go get it.
I saw it on the merch table.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
It's nice. It is nice.
Oui, alors donc à propos de Tom Fuss, donc qui a fait le visuel et c'est par là qu'ils ont terminé visuel qu'on voit en grande taille. On l'a au merch et également sur le site, on peut acheter des versions assez grandes et assez spectaculaires de son visuel. Tom Fuss est un musicien qui a joué pendant très longtemps avec The Horrors. Il était clavier dans ce groupe-là, même si manifestement il ne joue plus avec eux. C'est quelqu'un avec lequel ils avaient des affinités par des tournées et des concerts en commun dans des festivals. Et c'est en fait un pionnier de l'intelligence artificielle appliquée à l'art. Et donc Adam a fait des propositions de visuels qui, dit-il très modestement, étaient bien moins intéressantes que celles de Tom Fuss. Ils ont également proposé un mood board, donc des images qui donnent une idée de l'état d'esprit dans lequel ils voyaient leur visuel, notamment des cartes postales vintage comme Saint-Tropez, ce genre de choses-là, qui donnaient une idée de l'état d'esprit. Et puis il y a eu des échanges, ça s'est fait très facilement et voilà, le résultat est assez bluffant.
Alors, si on considère Exotico comme le journal de bord donc graphique et musical d'un voyage, d'une traversée, qu'est-ce qu'ils espèrent trouver à la fin?
Yeah, so Antoine conceives of Exotico as a travel diary, which to me makes sense as well. And his question is, what do you expect to find at the end of the journey?
I don't know. I don't think maybe you don't find out anything, but you feel fresher and you had a good time while you were there. That's it. You know. Then you've got to go back home and you've got to pay the bills. You know, and pick up your dog's poo and stuff. You know, you got to go back to reality. Yeah.
It does feel like the last song, the instrumental movements of time, is like you're getting on the plane.
Yeah.
You're
It's
putting
like
your
the
headphones
departure
in
lounge.
and
You get on the plane. it's
fall
the same.
asleep.
Yeah, fall
If
asleep.
you're lucky. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you're back home.
Not with the leg room that we get in the crap seats.
Oui, donc non, il y a rien véritablement à la fin de ce voyage, ce trajet, si ce n'est on espère le sentiment qu'on s'est bien amusé, que ça a été rafraîchissant et qu'on est prêt à affronter le quotidien avec tout ce qu'il a d'un peu difficile et inintéressant. Et voilà, j'espère qu'on va pouvoir s'endormir à l'écoute de cet album et être reposé.
Parfait. Merci à vous. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
guys.
much. Merci
Thank you
beaucoup.
very much.
That's super cool.
Thank you.
See you later on stage.
Thanks for having us.
See you
Yeah.
on stage.
Thank you so much.